Previewing the Moose Jaw Warriors 2023-24 season with head coach Mark O'Leary. Mark, let's start at the top. You guys are kind of into camp and just getting set to start the preseason as we speak right now. What's the energy been like in Moose Jaw and the sense of, I guess, anticipation, for lack of a better term, with your group?
Well, I think it's been great. I think it's something here in Moose Jaw that we take pride in, that we want to develop our own players, and you look around the room, starting with our leadership group and the amount of time that they've been with the organization, 4 and 5 years, and I think that that creates a sense of family, but also a sense of excitement when those guys are of age here now, and they're obviously driven for bigger and better things. I think it's fun to be around, and that's what we've seen so far.
Yeah, and I mean, you look at, for lack of a better term, right, your big three with Mateychuk and Firkus and Braden Yager, and these are all guys that were taken in the first 40 picks of an NHL draft in their respective years. Career Warriors. Just maybe speak to just the influence they have in terms of keeping the culture that you guys as a group want to build alive and prospering.
Yeah, I don't think it's any secret. Those three, along with Ali Calvert, they drive everything that we do on a daily basis, and whether that's practice or in the gym or preparing ourselves for games, it's got to be them leading by example. And we talk about the influence that they have all the time. That's what leadership is. And it's nice as a coach when you look in there and you have guys like that that genuine excitement they have to come to the rink and get better every day, I think is infectious. And that's a testament to them and how they were brought up. But again, that they're excited about the year, and that's where it starts for us.
You guys were second round bound each of the last 2 years, Mark, and obviously, you look at just the way that your group has kind of stayed intact and has continued to grow and to develop in Moose Jaw. I mean, do you get the sense that among those guys that there's also a sense of momentum as you start a new season?
Yeah, I hope so. I think, and that's something that you look to take advantage of when you have so many guys returning year after year, is to build off of last year. It's not starting fresh, and you talk about the habits, and habits kind of build your identity, what you're about, and when you're not starting fresh every year. And we talked about those 4 guys, but there's certainly other guys that have been around long enough that they've been through the tough nights. They've found some success, whether it's winning the first round and being in the second round. But I think that just drives you to want more. I think that there's a feeling around the guys that are coming back that certainly it's nice to play playoff hockey, but I think that there's aspirations to get another step in the right direction. And sure, there's no secret we'd like to get past the first round and certainly past the second round.
I'm glad you mentioned Ali Calvert off the top, Mark, because this is a guy that has gotten an opportunity, I think, last year with Buffalo, and this year getting to go to an NHL camp as well. 40-goal scorer in this league, and maybe for some around the league doing so under the radar. But having worked with him for the last several years now, Mark, what makes him tick, and what makes him such a big part of your group?
Well, I think it's his style of play, for one. We talk about races and battles all the time, and Atlee exemplifies that. He, on any given night, he might not be the fastest guy, but I guarantee he'll never be outworked. The compete level is off the charts, and when you start with an effort and a compete level like that, I think you always give yourself a chance. And we talk about guys like Mateychuk and Yager and Firkus who could do a lot of special things with the puck and things off the rush in tight spaces. But there's also a place for a guy like Ali Calvert who makes his living in the trenches, in those hard areas, and really does a lot of work to free up space for guys like that, whether it's along the wall. And for any good team, you need a mix of both, and we're lucky to have a guy like Atlee.
Obviously, in this sport at this level, there's generally a fair amount of turnover every year over year, just because of the age restrictions, right? But in speaking with a couple of your young guys, Connor Schmidt in particular, again, there's a sense of real excitement about potential opportunities ahead. How's Connor looked in camp, and how happy have you guys been with some of the young guys in terms of their ability to step in and acclimate?
Well, I think it's first of all with Connor, it's been great. I know he's got a bubbly personality. He's a lot of fun to be around, but he's another guy that's driven to be good each and every day and wants to get better. So, I think the one of the special things with the Western Hockey League being able to have some of these guys in your culture, even as a 15-year-old, and certainly a lot of the 16-year-olds that you come to a camp this year and it doesn't even feel like it's Connor's first year. He's been around enough to understand what's expected, and he's hit the ground running here so far in camp.
It seems like your guys play above their years and they act above their years. And, it's always something that's kind of struck me just in terms of the maturity when just in having conversations like these with your players. I just want to get your sense on, just how much of that culture and what you guys are trying to build here is predicated on, what these guys do in the community and what you're trying to kind of get across with, just putting together young men as well as hockey players.
Yeah, it's something that we talk about all the time, and again, that's a testament to the players. You can throw around words like culture and what you're about, but it really comes down to the people, and it starts with the players, and we talk about it all the time in terms of the opportunities that you're going to get in a smaller market like Moose Jaw. It's something special, but with those kind of opportunities and come a responsibility, and I think it's something that they take pride in, and whether that's visiting schools or just being out in the community with many different events. I think that's what makes junior hockey special, and a lot of what makes Moose Jaw special is that tight knit community, and I think that helps the players grow up. I think there's a responsibility on these young guys that might not not come elsewhere. If you didn't have a team like this in Moose Jaw, so I think that certainly helps. But again, I'll say it. I think it only works that way if you have good people, and we certainly think we do here.